Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're covering some new VR games and VR news because last week we got some pretty interesting VR announcements regarding The Boys, Little Nightmares and a legal shift for Luke Ross's VR mods. First up, the legal drama surrounding Luke Ross has reached a turning point. After the DMCA takedowns from CD Projekt, Luke Ross then pulled all his VR mods from his Patreon, causing a bit of a backlash. But he has now re-released the bulk of his real VR mods, making them completely free on his Patreon, meaning games like Hogwarts Legacy, Elden Ring, Horizon Zero Dawn, Doom Eternal and many more can now be played in VR for absolutely free. The only catch is that Cyberpunk 2077 VR mod is not included in this free bundle, and this is probably down to trying to avoid more further legal strikes. And regarding any new releases from Luke Ross, these will have a 3 to 6 month exclusivity period for paying Patreon subscribers. Overall, I think this is a big win for PCVR users, especially with Meta pulling out the race to bring us big IPs for VR, which means VR mods are going to play a pretty important part for VR's growth for the foreseeable future. Bandai Namco dropped a new gameplay trailer and release date for Little Nightmares VR Altered Echoes, and it's coming April 24th to PSVR 2, Quest 2, Quest 3 and Steam VR, and the trailer looks pretty good. Unlike the previous 2D entries, this is a full first-person VR experience where you play as Dark Six, a mysterious figure in the shape of a little girl. You must navigate a disturbing world, solve intricate puzzles, and escape a terrifying giant foe in a desperate search to become whole once again. I've played some of these games in the past, but I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan of the IP, but now the inclusion of VR has obviously piqued my interest and I can't wait to actually check this out. Sony Pictures also dropped a new gameplay trailer for The Boys Trigger Warning with a release date of March 26th. For Quest 3 with the PSVR 2 version planned to be coming at a later date. You play a brand new soup called Lucas Costa, who almost dies at the hands of a lethal family of washed up superheroes called the Armstrongs. The boys bring Lucas back to life and juice him with powers and then throw him headfirst into their underground fight against Vault and its soups. And this obviously includes the Armstrongs, and you'll be accompanied by Butcher and Mother's Milk guiding you from the shadows. So I'll definitely be dropping a review for this one as soon as it's available.
All you gotta do is install a backdoor device on the central server. We'll know every move those motherfuckers make. Think you can handle that?
Guess we're gonna find out.
Fucking diabolical.
What's Temp V?
It's a twist on Compound V. Gives regular blokes powers for a day.
You sound like a fucking drug addict!
We can't go home.
Welcome to The Boys.
Forefront developers Triangle Factory have released a new update called Tunnels Rush, and it features a brand new weapon, which is a grenade launcher, and a new motion sensor for players who use the Recon class. I'm absolutely gutted I'm so slammed with work at the moment, otherwise I'll be playing this game right now. Aces of Thunder has yet got another update, and I'm pretty sure the developers have released some sort of patch or update every single week since the game released. And the most recent update allows VR players to play Aces of Thunder without the need for VR controllers. Now some of you, like me, may be thinking this does sound a bit of a weird update for a VR game, but most flight simulators that do include HOTAS support also use a mouse and keyboard. So I think for those users this is a very welcome update, and also the game now can be played using a gamepad. This update is still a bit untested and the developers are looking for player feedback. If you've tried the update, please let me know what you think of it down in the comments. For VR horror fans, Affected the Asylum is coming summer 2026 to PCVR and Quest PS3. The big news is the developers have scrapped the multiplayer assessment mode, and the developers have instead decided to focus entirely on a new single-player psychological survival horror story, which is what I think they do best. Their previous game, Affected Dimension, was short, but I personally really enjoyed it. And this new game looks like a big jump in terms of graphics, so I'm assuming what we're looking at is actually PCVR footage. While we're on the subject of VR horror, Maid of Sker is coming next week, March 17th, to PSVR 2 and PCVR, with the MetaQuest version apparently still in the works. It's a first-person survival game developed and published by Wales Interactive, and it's an adaptation of the 2020 non-VR game set in 1898 at Sker Hotel amid Welsh folklore. It involves the Williams family legacy of torture, slavery, piracy, and supernatural events. The core mechanic is that the game uses 3D sound-based AI for quiet enemies that can detect noise like breathing, footsteps, or collisions. Players must use stealth by hiding in the shadows and use a phonic modulator device to emit sound waves that can stun the foes. Gameplay apparently involves mostly solving puzzles, collecting notes, and dolls for multiple endings, and I'll be dropping a review for this one next week. Everyone's favourite VR chill-out golf game, Walkabout Mini Golf, has just released some new DLC called the Hollywood DLC, and is an 18-hole love letter to the golden age of cinema, and it's priced at $5. These developers never stop amazing me with the incredible amount of content they continue to push to keep players coming back to their game. If you have already played this DLC, let me and others know your thoughts on it down in the comments. Wrath, Aeon of Ruin VR, the Brutal Edition, is coming to Quest in April, with the PCVR version stated as spring and the PlayStation VR 2 version coming later in the year. This is the official VR rebuild of the hardcore boomer shooter, created by the amazing Team Beef and published by Flat2VR Studios. You play the Outlander, ripped from the ageless sea and bound to hunt corrupted guardians through ancient ruins, dead forests, crypts, and cursed wilds. Now, I'm a massive retro gaming fan, and after going hands-on with this in early access, I can't actually wait for the full release. It's a fast-paced, pure old-school FPS, fully reimagined for VR. You can dual-wield weapons, perform physical reloads with a quick flick of the wrist, and charge at enemies using your blade dash. It's pretty relentless and demands constant movement, much like when you play Quake 3 in VR, which is incredible to play online. And if you haven't tried that on your Quest, you definitely should. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.